want to talk about some new thoughts for a new year. And I want to talk about the cosmic power of the I am. And it's such an important thing to recognize how powerful we are when we connect ourselves to the I am, the cosmic I am. And I'm going to say a few things that may sound at first like, that's a little bit far out. But keep an open mind, because I'll try to explain, number one. And number two, I know you'll hear it fairly easily because you probably already know a lot of this deep down inside. I'm repeating things that you already know. First of all, we know we want to say goodbye to some of the things in 2025 that weren't exactly great. And we've heard some of that in the celebrations. And so, goodbye 2025, welcome 2026. And I want to also make a statement that is going to start us off with something a little bit far out. And that is, we are not in the cosmos. We are the cosmos. I heard it right. Oh, right. Thanks, Joni, and whoever else. Yeah, amen. Well, you know, a lot of people say, well, that's kind of arrogant to say that. But I say just the opposite. I say it's arrogant to believe that we're separate, that we're created all this of ourselves. There's no possibility we could have done that without us being that aspect of God that is the cosmos, the all that is. And so when you accept I am the cosmos, and you tie your I am to the cosmos, what does that allow for us? It allows us that power to flow through us. And when we focus on the things that we want in our life through the I am and make statements of the I am and tie it to what we want, we bring that power. And we bring it in such amazing ways. And so, just an example, saying, I am the cosmos. How does that feel? Let's try it together. I am the cosmos. Wow. I mean, when you think about the power there, it's infinite. We are that infinite power. And I think about the cosmos from a scientific point of view. They say, well, 95% of it we don't even see. It's dark energy. It's dark stuff. It's not. It's the energy of God. It's the energy of the cosmos, flowing, being. And that's what we're tapping into when we tap into the cosmic power. And so I said when I sent out the little video that there are ways that we can tap into this, even if it's not natural for us all the time. Sometimes our life, let's say it manifests in the way that our thoughts have led us, whether we know it or not, whether they're subliminal, whether they're beliefs that don't serve us anymore. Whatever the reason, we don't want to recreate the stuff that wasn't feeling good in 2025, that icky stuff. We want to start somewhere from a positive note. And I have spent my life trying to find ways to be positive as much of the time as I possibly can. And it changes your life in so many wonderful ways. I remember going as a consultant before I retired a few years ago, traveling back and forth to Boston to help out with the company I worked for, which was a Japanese company with offices in Boston where we were developing some new spectrometers. And I would go there about a week every month. And the general manager said, I'd like to have you more often. I said, we've got Zoom. We can do things by Zoom. He said, no, every time you come here, you lift the energy of this entire place, and we get more done in 1 week than the 3 weeks you're gone. Said, okay, I'll just come here. I don't have to do anything. But seriously, that's the power of positive thinking. You draw that good, you bring that energy, and it's infectious in a good way. So that you always can find something to feel good about. And the way I suggest we start is every morning when you wake up, you've got a quiescent time to take full advantage of whatever thoughts pop in. Now, we can go back to all those things that happened yesterday and rehash them and get up feeling that way, right? Or we can have some new thoughts, some thoughts of, how do I want to feel today? What do I want to create today? how can I make this a happy, fun day? How can I do those things I'm passionate to get done? And as you focus on those and set your intention, that helps you start the day and program the day, and you can remember that as a touchstone all through the day. Maybe if you have to, maybe every hour or so sit your watch. Tap, tap, tap. Ah, yes, what did I say my intention was? I'm going to be happy today. I'm going to laugh a lot. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to be productive, whatever it is, okay? But the key is to get in the habit. Wake up grateful, set your intention every morning. And if you have no other practice than that, if you can do that until it becomes a habit, which could be as much as they say 40 days, so what? You've got the rest of your life, right? Why not set that program into operation? A new algorithm, as they say? Because we know those old algorithms don't always work well. In fact, I like to think about the old algorithm as attracting doom and gloom and death and destruction when we listen to the news, because that's what, when I get on the internet, sometimes I get that. I will admit it. And then I talked to Joanne and I said, what do you get? She says, I just puppies and babies. So maybe you should be up here, but because that's what I want. I want to get more puppies and babies. Did you ever see the little video online? It's so cool. It's a dad sitting in front of his little baby, just old enough to sit up. And he sits right in front of it, and he takes a piece of paper and he rips it, and the baby bursts out laughing, and it's the funniest, most infectious laugh. And it's like he does it a second time, and the baby laughs the same way. The energy is there over and over again. I can imagine that baby just finally getting so tired from laughing and falls asleep, and it wakes up. And what kind of thoughts is it thinking when it wakes up? How much fun that was. How my day is going to be like that tomorrow. I hope that's what they're thinking. That's what we want to be thinking. And then the other one that I love is the little baby sitting up in front of all the little puppies, 6 or 7 puppies. And the baby goes, "Ruff!" And all the puppies at the same time go, "Ruff!" And she laughs and laughs and laughs and laughs. Those are the times that really fill you with the joy of being, the joy of life. And so instead of the death and the doom and the gloom and the destruction that you're going to hear on the news and the things that you've heard wherever it is, somebody tells you, hey, you want to hear the latest news? What's going on? Can you believe this? Forget that. We want to go with life, love, light, and laughter. Right? Life, love, light, and laughter. Let's say that together. Life, love, light, and laughter. Life, love, light, and laughter. Life, love, light, and laughter. Yes! That's what we want. We want that to be our new reality for 2026. And we're actually going to take that into a meditation. So remember some of the things we're talking about, because they'll come up in the meditation for you. Okay? So once you get started, you say, okay, I've got all this wonderful things going. And that doggone neighbor came and told me all this bad news about the water pressure's not enough, and we got to do something about it. And the HOA needs to get involved. And so you can say one of two things. You can say, hey, it is what it is. That's the reality of it. But in unity, we know that that's not the way we program. We program for how we want reality to be. We change our perception of reality so that we can create a new reality. We don't say it is what it is. We say here's what it will be. And here's how we're going to program it. We're going to bring in power of the cosmos to the I am. I am going to make a difference in this. I am going to be a positive influence. I'm going to find a way to contribute, whatever the case may be. So the whole point I would call it pivoting. And when you get whatever it is, little kick in the pants, you want to immediately, instead of allowing it momentum to grow, and it'll grow. It's like the snowball rolling down the hill. It gets bigger and bigger. And pretty soon you're emotionally tied up and you got knots in your stomach and you're dealing with something. What if you just stopped right away and took a few deep breaths and pivoted and said, okay, in place of that, I see the love of the cosmos. I see God. I put that in place of whatever problem appears in front of me right now. I'm putting God in that place. I'm changing my mind. This is a new thought for a new year, and I'm going to take full advantage of 2026 by always pivoting whenever a problem appears in my life. I drive by an accident. I don't say, oh my God, how horrible. I say, bless, bless. I see God in place of that accident. And whenever we can, we see the good that might come out of it. We don't always know what that good might be. And I'm not talking about accidents as much as maybe the divorce I had many years ago. I thought at the time it was the worst thing in my life. I thought I'd probably never get over it. And guess what? In the long run, I met Joanne. And not only did I get over it, my life turned around in wonderful ways. So this looked like something really bad. But always, if we keep our eye on the ball, we know that one way or another, the cosmos will find a way to make good from it. And so I want to also give you another new thought. Well, maybe not. Let's say it and see what you think and see if you recognize it. I am, and therefore I think. Anybody know who said that? What? No. Descartes. No, that wasn't Descartes. It was me. I just said it. He said, I think, and therefore I am. What did I say? I am, and therefore I think. That is a huge shift in perception. Because it's not saying my intellect created me. It's saying I am a being that can think. I have the possibility of thinking. But, here's the flip side of that. If I go into a meditation, and I go into a no-thought meditation, I'm not thinking. Do I stop being? We know in Unity that a no-thought meditation is a wonderful thing. You're in pure being. You're not thinking. So let's put the cart where it belongs, behind the horse. The horse is I am. Therefore, I can think. Therefore, I can create my own reality with my thoughts. And the other I am that I like is the one from the biblical quote in Exodus. What is it? I've got the number here. 3:14, sorry. Well, now you know what it is. I gave it away. I am that I am. When asked, who are you, God? I am that I am. And I never understood that when I first heard it. I thought, what the heck does that mean? But now I understand it, and I think most of you do too. I am that I am. 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 I am one with the all that is. I am that I am. And so we want to tie all of our desires and requests and whatever it is we want to change in the new year, we want to tie it to that I am. And so I came up with a few examples of affirmations. I am one with source energy. I am light, love, laughter in the image of the divine. And I'll add life into that. I am always expecting good from every situation. Do you feel the power in these? If you think of it coming from yourself, the power of being able to say these things and tying it to the I am, which is a cosmic I am. I'm able to create my reality with my perceptions. I am happy almost all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, there are times, and probably none of you can trigger me to that. Well, there's maybe one person here that can. But most of the time I can, well, you got to know me pretty well to find those. Anyway, they're there, of course, but I try to always get past them. I try to transform those triggers and those negative thoughts into something that's more positive. And an example of that is that I lost a very, very dear friend. He died Christmas morning in Georgetown, Texas, where we're going to be in a few weeks. And I was just really, really upset. And I thought, okay, I know he's in a better place. I know this. And I texted his wife, who was a dear friend, and I said how sorry I was and condolences. And then I said what I really believed about where he was. And then I once again said, not taking away all the grief I know we're going to go through. And afterward, Joanne and I had a little conversation about it. She said, it was too soon. It was too soon for you to say all those lofty things. She's in a different place than that. And I thought, you're right, and I wasn't happy about what happened. And I went to bed that night thinking I've got to figure out how this is going to land better. And when I woke up in the morning, I had my intention to find a way, and immediately a prayer came into mind. And I went to Joanne that morning, and I said, Joanne, let's pray together. Let's just pray that whatever seeds are planted, whether they land perfectly or not, that at the perfect time, they will blossom. They will be okay. And so I can release that and not feel like... And she said, well, you did a lot of that for yourself. I said, I know. A lot of it was for me, but I did want it to make a difference. But the point is, you can change the story while it's going on, even. You can change that story, and you can pray over it, and you can make a difference by reimagining what it is that you want to have happen and bringing the power of that cosmos in to it. So let's try it from your point of view, okay? Let's take a moment and think about, if you wanted to say an I am affirmation for 2026, I am whatever it is. Let me give you an example of my person in the chair here. This is my daughter, Shahaley, my granddaughter, Shahaley. Sorry. She's sitting on top of a horse. You see her? Okay. Yeah. So, Shahaley, here's the exact affirmation. Okay, hang on. Somewhere in here. I see you as a powerful cosmic being, and for 2026, I see you as a powerful creator. And so think of what it is that you want to tie your I am to. And let's make a statement for you. I am such and such in the year of 2026. So take a moment and just think of what that word might be for you. And anybody that wants to, you want to share what came up? I am. Please. I am more in the moment. Be here now. Where have we heard that before? Over and over again.
Powerful, healthy, and productive.
I am powerful, healthy, and productive. Right on. Yes. Thank you. Joni.
I am a powerful healer.
I am a powerful healer. We all are, by the way. I did a talk on that not too long ago. I could start all over again. Boy, that's such an important one because it all has to come from within, and it is within. What else? Anything else?
Enlivening connections with the sound and light of love.
A livening connection with
The light and sound of love.
the light and sound of love. Ooh, I like that. That's bringing the kinesthetic aspect into it. You can feel it through your whole body vibrating and connecting with that frequency. Yes, yes. Anything else? Okay. So, anyway, these are some of the ideas that I wanted to share with you. And I also wanted to talk about perception for just a moment, because everything that we create in our life is based on what we feel is our perception of life, our perception of who we are. Do we live in a universe that's mostly good? Are we one with it all? Do we have that power within us? How do we create that if we don't already feel it? You take the time in your meditations to change your perception of who you are. You are not just a body. You are not just someone in a temporal existence that won't exist after that. We know that when it's time to make our transition, and this is really fresh in my heart right now, when it's time that we can release it and know that we lived a life of wonder when we connect ourselves to this cosmic power, the cosmic power of the I Am. And so it's all about perception. And when you're in a meditation, that's a perfect time to change your perception. You can say, I am light. And you can just visualize every cell in your body being filled with light and shining and just sending those little flashes of light, and pretty soon they're bigger, and pretty soon the light's surrounding you and you're sending it out. And you can change your perception. You can make it a reality. And that's how we change our 2026 from what it could be, a repeat of 2025 if we keep thinking the same thoughts, if we keep allowing the algorithm to be the one that guides us as opposed to our true self, our cosmic being. And so you want more love? Be more love. You want more joy? Be more joy. You want more fun? Be more fun. You want more laughter? Laugh more. That's how we do it. We change our perception of who we are and we become that person. And that's also true for manifestation. What is it you desire? Well, we don't get what we want, we get what we are. So how do you change who you are to become the person that is fully in alignment with what it is that you want? So it doesn't just happen from saying something. It's nice to have affirmations, but you've got to have the power behind it. That's not just the words and the intellect. That's the heart. That's the emotion. That's the solar plexus. All of that combined together in order to create what it is that you want for 2026, a better life in 2026. And how's my time? Oh yeah, I've got an hour. Okay. Oh, maybe not. The clock stopped. No. Okay, so I really want to share one funny thing. I have two grandsons who are now older, but when they were 4 years old, every time you would ask them how they are, almost in unison, they would say, better. 4-year-olds, they would say, better. And I thought, that's what I want to do. Every time I'm asked how I am, I'm better. I'm getting better all the time. Yeah, why not? So it was just so cute. It comes from the mouths of babes. And become like a little child, right? That's so true. And here's a couple of quotes I'm going to leave you with, okay? What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. The greatest wealth on our planet right now and in times to come is consciousness. And it's the I am consciousness. Okay? So we can create a better life, a better planet, not only for ourselves, but as the Native Americans say, out to the 7th generation. How? Not by focusing on what is, by focusing on what we want to see. We want to see a better planet, a beautiful planet. We visualize a wonderful planet. We see our children and our grandchildren to the 7th generation loving this beautiful planet that they're on. And we say, gee, maybe I'll come back for another life. Let's take